Hey, right, today, I'm going to talk about a topic that has been coming up quite a lot recently with clients. As you know, I coach quite a lot of people, personal development, fitness, that kind of thing. And I keep getting asked the question, Christian, what do I have to do to be successful? And a lot of people know the answer to this, they just don't like the answer to it. So a lot of people, I've done this in the past, have been kind of like, give me that new piece of information. I want to know that this new strategy, this new tactic, whatever it is that's going to make you better and successful. And that's all well and good because we need new things to keep us excited and stimulated and, to send our imaginations up so we can actually be creative. But the thing is that people often do that at the expense of doing the basic things right. Sorry about that. At the expense of doing the basic things right, like what I call the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are the things that are the little things you have to do every day. That they're not fun, they're pretty fucking boring, right? It's things like shaving every day, or if you choose not to, then shaving on a regular basis, having a shower, brushing your teeth. The first thing I do every morning, I get up at 5 o'clock, the first thing I do is make my bed. Because I look at it this way, if I make my bed, it's only a small task, but it's something that then I know that I've started with a bit of momentum, I've completed the small tasks. The small tasks are more important than I realise. Making the bed means I can then move on to the next small task, which in my case is meditation. I do that, I can move on to the next thing, which is reading. So I read for an hour in the morning, I listen to an audiobook on the way to work. When I get to work, I'll go to the gym, like I'm fortunate enough to work in a gym, so I'll train when I get to the gym. By the time 9 o'clock comes round and a lot of my students are rolling in, just got out of bed, I've already done all of these things, and it's super productive. By 9 o'clock, a series of little things have all added up, so that my day goes really well, and how we start the day is a massive indicator of how we're going to finish it, because intention sets the tone. So going back to my point of making the bed, if I choose not to make my bed, I come home, I've had a bad day, and it happens, I come home to a messy bed, a messy studio. I live on my own, so it has to be super tidy. I come home to a mess. That's no good to me, because if I've had a bad day, I need a clean environment to make it right. I need that clean environment for me to go, okay, I can switch off from that bad day and turn it around, or at least block it out until the next day. If I come home to a nicely made bed, it becomes really easy. The environment's there for me to relax. I don't have to overthink. And it sounds really menial. It's boring. Ironing your clothes is boring. I have to do it though. I do it for a couple of days at a time, because then I know when I wake up the next day, when it's ready, all my stuff's there. The last thing I want to be doing is running around in the morning ironing my stuff, because that, is not very productive, and it means I'm not ready. You need to get ready for your day the night before. It's the little things that matter. It's the discipline. What you realise is, discipline is what gets you success. It's not just some magical thing that happens overnight. It's a multitude of all the habits that you've done yesterday, the week before, the months before, maybe even the year before, that got you to where you need to be. So you don't just turn up and succeed by accident, and you don't turn up and fail by accident either. It's all of your habits over a fixed period of time, or not a fixed period, but a prolonged period of time, have moulded into the situation. It's a bit like a gold medalist in the Olympics doesn't just turn up and win gold without practice. No one sees what they do behind closed doors. No one sees the habits, the rituals, the discipline that they have to have on a daily basis. And there's plenty of times that discipline lets people down. And that's the number one thing that lets clients down, is not having that discipline to go, I'm going to do this anyway. Because a lot of people think they can get away with doing stuff when they feel like it. But the thing is, if you do things when you feel like it, that's only about 20% of the time. So what about the other 80%? The 80% of the time is doing things when you don't feel like it, or I tell people, especially when you don't feel like it, because that's what sets you up to succeed. If you can do that, imagine what it's going to be like when you can be bothered to do it. If it's gym, your training's going to go through the roof. If it's a delivery at work, your work performance is going to go through the roof. because you've got enough good habits and enough of a track record to help you in that situation. Having that track record of good habits prepares you for anything, because you walk into a situation prepared. You can handle what happens to you because you've got the foundation, you're strong, you're centered, and you're in a position where you can deal with stuff. If you go in there disorganized, scattered, not really know what's going on without a plan, the foundation's built on sinking sand and you're going to fall apart very, very quickly. Your presentations go downhill. If it's a potential client that you're meeting, the consultation's going to go terrible. If you turn into a date, someone you're dating and you don't really have a plan, especially if you're a guy, that's going to backfire on you as well. And all the little things get you to the negative outcome. So negative outcomes are a result of negative habits. But flip that round, positive outcomes are a result of positive habits. And it's the little things every day that we need to do that we don't want to do that define our outcomes. So this is what I'm saying today, is you need to start in the morning with one little thing. And you'll be surprised how much one little thing, like making your bed, can make a huge difference in your day.